What is this mysterious item?
Alright, so this item is from, I believe, 1847.
What the Am I gonna die if I
No,
eat
it's
this?
not. It's not. It wasn't. It's not from. It's not like been preserved since 1847.
Okay, good.
It's been manufactured since 1847. It's still being made.
The same way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Necco, the original candy wafer.
It definitely has the same, like, packaging.
Yeah. And they also
Jeez.
make it in. They also have a Smarties version. I know you're not a big fan of Smarties, but this is the original Necco version. I would unwrap it on the actual desk. They will fall out. I tried to keep it as contained as possible so that not as many of them would break, because they're very fragile. I've eaten them before. They're as hard as a brick, but also somehow as brittle as, I don't know, sand.
They look like sand dollars.
I know.
I don't.
And they have like the fragility of one too.
It smells like a nursing home.
What'd you expect? They've been manufactured this way since 1847.
No, it genuinely smells like a nursing home. Ow.
Here's a secret. That wasn't the candy. That was his tooth.
I hope not.
I think we'd know. Bro just has blood gushing down his face.
Mid-recording. It says this contains chocolate. How? I'm not tasting any chocolate here.
Because I don't think they do. I think they just have a version that does.
It's on the ingredients list.
Well, I think they lied to you then. Either that or they're just so compressed that we can't taste it anymore.
The entire roll has 106% sugar. So if you drank this Mountain Dew, the past video, with this, you're probably gonna get diabetes tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why I'm not eating this and drinking that today. Not unless we split it up.
And drink hella water. Break up the sugars. You know how it goes. Why do I keep eating these if they're so hard?
Probably my worst day in terms of sugars was when I ate an entire roll of that. And I believe drank a soda in one day. I think it was 2 sodas actually. I don't remember the soda, so I couldn't tell you what the sugars was. I would like to hope it was a ginger ale. Because I know that doesn't have a super high of sugars mostly. In most incarnations.
Contains bioengineered food ingredients.
Depending on the company, that can be good, but this has been around for 800.
I would not be
This has been
consuming this.
around for 180 years,
Give or take, yes.
almost. Just give it another 4.
Good lord. Why? Why must
This is a company that's literally been around for longer than the deck of cards I have in my drawer.
and longer than Nintendo? Huh.
Nintendo's only been around for what, 70?
The 1800s.
Huh. Well, I didn't really think about that. I always think about the fact that they reform, not necessarily completely change.
Yeah, these are fucking terrible.
In a weird sense, aside from the fact that they're as dry as us in our sense of humor, they're okay, but they definitely need to be drank with something. And that something has to be water, because anything else would completely destroy your sense of self. as a human being.
And probably make you gain a couple of pounds by tomorrow.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we drank this with these. If we got on the scale 10 seconds later, we'd have more pounds.
It's okay, I'm bulking.
I'm bulking by adding sugar.
That's a terrible
I
idea.
doubt there's any protein in this whatsoever.
It said less than 1 gram. Because of the chocolate.
Oh, you're gonna have a fun time with this.
Yeah.
Yellow 5, yellow 6,
Uh-huh.
red 1, red 3,
Uh-huh.
red 40.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, just keep naming them. Oh dear.
Yeah.
At least
The
these
time
sprinkles don't have
before allergies were consumed.
it. And the FDA is like, you know what? You know what? You can still make them.
I don't think the FDA was a thing back then.
Well, they are now. And they're
Yeah.
still selling those?
I mean, a bit more regulated. They're being sold as a dollar store. That's where I got it. Literally, you know the dollar store around my house?
Yeah.
This is where I get it. Literally, $1.25 a pop. Should buy this in bulk. Not literally, they don't have an offer in bulk, but I can buy like a dozen of these for like $20.
Looking up the recipe.
You have the recipe right there.
No, like the first one. See if they changed it.
I kind of doubt it if it's still being wrapped like this.
Yeah, this wrap looks like it's from the 1800s.
This wrap looks like it would still go around like some sort of like 1800s tobacco.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Alright, but what's your rating before we end the video? My rating, even though it's very terrible to eat, extreme, like what is the sugars again? It's actually surprisingly low for what it is, considering it's just compact discs. It's just 106%.
Mm-hmm.
I expected it to be a lot more than that.
How the fuck are you still getting those?
What?
How are you still getting those?
They're not supposed to be sold anymore?
They were discontinued in 2020.
I guess they're just still selling. They're still selling what stock they have of them. You heard it here first. This is a discontinued product that we're reviewing.
Because
A 3-year-old discontinued product.
yeah, because the company went out of business in 2018 and they stopped selling stock in 2020.
Oh, that's why they're probably still selling their stock of it. It doesn't expire until 2016 or 2026. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It doesn't expire, this specific one, until August 11th, 2026. And all of those other ones they're selling are probably around the same date. And considering they clearly have a backlog, possibly even later. Which makes sense.
In 2009, they changed the color. They changed it to where the formula no longer has artificial colors and flavors.
So this one was made before 2009. So anyone that I get past 2009, which they're probably going to have to start selling soon, is going to be bland looking colorless ones with no dyes, which will be healthier for you. Well, you heard it here first, folks. If I find one that is colorless, bland, and has no dyes, we'll do another review on it and come back to it, which will probably be in several years.
Yes.
Because I doubt they'll sell enough to do that, but if I somehow do find one like that, I'll come to you.
Okay.
But what's your rating on it in the meantime?
I'm gonna give it like a 1.5.
I think it has a niche, because it's literally an anchor of the past, even though it's about to go away. So for that, I'll give it like a 3, because the taste isn't necessarily bad, you just gotta get away from the fact that it's literally as hard as a brick. And it basically has to be drunk with water. If you don't want your mouth to be dry anyway. So I'll give it like at least a 3. Again, that's generous, but you know. That's only because of the fact that you have like candies like Smarties, the new candy wafers basically to compare against. And even then, you don't like Smarties.
I like the Canadian Smarties, but I'm a little
But
biased.
those aren't even candy wafers though.
They're chocolate.
Yeah, I mean these claim to have chocolate, but I mean I could put one in my mouth and after the video we can edit in whether or not it has chocolate and if I tasted it. Because they do
Okay.
slightly melt. Alright. You'll see in post if it has chocolate or not.
Peace out, gamers. Yes,
Myth busted. It does in fact have chocolate.
it does
in
have chocolate.
You just have to let it dissolve and it'll taste chocolatey.
Don't go buy these though.
Buy them if you want while they last.
Unlike me.